This is Day or Night Exotics TV. I'm Dale Tonight. Welcome to T Cloud number 20. This video is loaded. We're going to start this video off with a new addition that I got. One of a species that I've been waiting to get for forever. One of my favorites in the hobby. We're also going to move on to a quick molt section. Then the highlight of this video is an escape from my green bottle blue. Very interesting. I've never caught anything like this on camera. And then we'll be moving on to the feeding section. This one, the feeding section is pretty sweet. We got some really nice attacks. My Peak Inserities goes nuts with a threat posture. And catch up on a couple teas we haven't seen in a while. So let's jump right into it, guys. Tarantula Cloud number 20. Enjoy. A while since I got a new addition, and this is my newest tarantula. It's one of the first tarantulas I've gotten in over a year. I've been on my snake project, so I'm still knocking off my wish list. And this is a Brachypelma albiceps, the Mexican gold red rump, and this one's named Jupiter. Obviously unsexed. Got it at a local pet store that I've gotten a lot of my slings from here in St. Louis, and this one is, I haven't measured it yet, but probably around a little over an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Barely an inch and a half if it is, maybe an inch and a quarter. But you know, pretty decent size. Really wasn't that much money at all. Pretty cheap relatively compared to some online dealers, and I'm very happy to pick this one up. Height is a Brachypelma bomi, a Mexican fireleg. This one I believe to be a suspect male for a very long time, and I knew that this molt was going to be the one that I was going to finally get something to look at, a really good intact molt to be able to check and actually confirm the sex on this tarantula, because it was one of the things that had been bugging me about this one. Each molt I kind of felt like he was leaning towards being a male, but as you can see, or as you're going to see coming up here, this one actually shocked me very much with confirmation of 100% female, and that really was a big shock, and I was very happy. I love this species, one of my favorite Brachypelmas, and you can see clearly that this is a female. You can see the flap down there. And that was great news. I have been getting a lot of males lately, and some of my favorite species have been confirmed males. So it's really cool to see this one actually prove out to be a female. So Star, my beautiful Grammostola poker piece Choco Goldney, molted as well. And I'm gonna get this molt out of here and see if I can finally confirm that Star is actually a male or female. So my suspicions about Star all this time since I've owned him as a 1-inch sling was that he was a male, and as you can see, my suspicions were right. This is a 100% confirmed male. Choco Goldney. So definitely will be sending this guy off in the future to breed with somebody's beautiful female. He's not anywhere mature yet, so I still have some time with him. Unfortunately, if Brownie, my other Choco Goldney, is a female, he'll be long gone, passed away before she is mature enough to breed with him. So somebody else is going to be mating with this guy in the future. And had my suspicions about this guy this entire time, so not a big shock to me at all. It is good to go ahead and get it 100% confirmed, because guessing is no good in this hobby. You want to know for sure. So not a shocker. I always thought this guy was a male. Okay, it's been 7 days since he last molted, even though he was in the video, so let's go ahead and give this guy a worm. That's a hit. Confirmed male. And definitely a confirmed appetite. This guy can eat. He's always been a good eater. That was awesome. This next section is the GBB escape section. I thought I would set this one up just because I was on the fence about actually showing this one, but I thought I would go ahead and show it because if you're a beginner, you can kind of see how I deal with an escaped tarantula, and it's happened to me before, but never on camera, and definitely not with this species. Normally this one is too busy eating instead of getting spooked, but you're going to see in this section, this green bottle blue decided to bolt on me. Check it out, guys. Ocean Storm is a Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, the green bottle blue. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you spook a GBB. Oh, there she goes back in on her own. These guys are incredibly fast tarantulas. Uh-oh, shit. Alright, this is why you have catch cups around. Come on, girl. This is a perfect example of why you want catch cups around. Could turn this into a lesson right now. We got her. She's in there. But if you're a beginner, that stuff's gonna happen to you. As long as you're in this hobby, that stuff's gonna happen to you. I mean, there's no enclosure big enough for that not to happen. These things are blindingly fast, and she just jumped completely off my workbench onto the ground, and hopefully didn't hurt herself, but that stuff's gonna happen. GBBs are incredibly spooked, so let's get her back in her enclosure. Alright, so we got her back off the ground. If you're a beginner, again, this guy literally got spooked just because I threw the food in there. It happens sometimes. No matter what tarantula you have in your collection, you have to expect and assume that that kind of stuff might happen, and you be prepared for it. And I'm always prepared for any of that stuff. I always have catch cups over here. I have a table over there full of stuff that I always have. If anything happens, I know that I got something around reach to catch that tarantula when it gets out. That's another perfect example for you beginners out there. GBBs are fast, but he was nowhere nearly as fast and unpredictable in movement as your pokies and some of your old world species. So if that was too fast for you, even on camera, you better start with something a little less quick, like a Brachypelma or a Acanthoscuria, Grammostola, something like that. Because these guys can move, and you have to know you gotta kind of figure out real quick where this tarantula might go. And the most important thing when this kind of stuff happens, with experience, you'll know, just stay calm. But really, you just this has happened so many times. Not a tremendous amount of times, but it's happened to me enough where you, with enough experience, you'll start to get to know the speed, and you'll be able to deal with the unpredictable nature of any tarantula. And like I said, this is going to happen, so if that spooked you, and if you're new to the hobby, be prepared. That's going to happen to you at some point, and you just have to try to remain calm and just get them back in their enclosure. So I'm going to let this guy chill out a little bit, let him calm down, then I'm going to put him back in his enclosure. And as you can see, I got him back in there. Hopefully he didn't hurt his abdomen. I mean, he took a big giant leap off of this workbench onto the ground here. So he had some life in him. He's been very active, so I don't think anything's majorly wrong with him. But again, if you're a beginner, that's why you want to keep these guys relatively low to the ground. Again, you can't help them jumping to their death sometimes, but that's why you always want to work with them as close to the ground as possible so they don't rupture their abdomens. But I think he'll be alright. This guy just got a little spooked there. So the important thing is he's back in this enclosure. So back to the feeding video. It's feeding time now, guys. The feeding section of T-Cloud number 20. This is a Paraphysa scrofra, Chilean copper, name's Olympus. There we go. This one is a monster eater. Beautiful tarantula. Ink is my freshly molted about a week ago Aphonopelmis Imani, the Costa Rican zebra. Holy crap. This tarantula actually finally molted after being in pre-molt for like literally almost a year. It was at least almost 8 months since she last molted. And this is definitely a female. Very reclusive, hides out in here. She's finally dug big enough openings in this enclosure for me to actually be able to film down into it. This used to be completely covered with dirt, but she's starting to come around and get out a little more. That's cool because she used to barricade herself in there, and obviously I don't get her on film much, so it's cool to see her come on and eat. Eclipse is a Brachypelma albopilosum, the Honduran curly hair. You can see she has no problem eating at all. She's a very healthy curly hair, very, very bulky, always keeps a fat rump, takes down anything. Just really beautiful to look at. It's an awesome species. It's a beautiful tarantula. Arclight is a Brachypelma smithii, the Mexican redknee. Just gonna get some better lighting on this one. This is my suspect male, and this is another one that's due for a molt very soon. Going to be rehoused after this one. I'm actually going to rehouse it right before it molts. I try to do that with some of my tarantulas if I can catch them early enough. I know they're going to molt. I'll go ahead and rehouse them so they can be at home when they molt and have plenty of room. This one is, as you can see, this is a mini critter keeper, and it's well due to come out of here, and it should put on some decent size this next molt. So be going to a small critter keeper, and the colors on this one are really muted and dull, but this is a beautiful smithii, and I really underrated this species before I owned it, and I got it just because I was, you know, it's one of those species where people give me crap about not owning one. And I pretty much just got it just so everybody would quit giving me so much crap about not owning a smithii, and it's one of my favorite species now. Definitely one of my favorite brackies. This is an awesome tea. Willow is a Pamphobedius fortis, the giant Colombian brown. What I call the poor man's T Sturmy. And she can get spooked very easily, and she's gone. Well, that was the P Fortis. Rogue is an Acanthoscuria chacavana, the Bolivian salmon pink. She's been doing well since she's gotten into this new enclosure. You'll note that she was in the recent T-Spotlight series when I did the tutorial on rehousing. And she is a big greedy girl. There we go. As you can see, love this girl. Phoenix is a Brachypelma Amelia, the Mexican painted redleg. Like I said, this is my favorite brachy in the hobby. Followed closely by the albiceps, but this one just has just a little bit of everything. Scarlet, Acanthoscuria geniculata, the Brazilian giant white knee. She's looking pretty good. Whisper, Gramisola rosea, the Chilean rose hair. Easy girl. She apparently thinks my tongs are the food. This is a really cool tarantula. She's getting really dark. Definitely going to be molting sometime this year. Another quick look at one of my pokies. This is Millennium, my Pokeotheria Metallica, the Goody Sapphire Ornamental. Just took down a cricket. If you're wondering why I'm not trying to film these on camera, it's a little difficult sometimes with these pokies to film them and drop crickets in there, because they get spooked very easily and they have a tendency to run sometimes. So I always try to take a precaution, and all my pokies this time were in very weird angles where they could have bolted right out if I spooked them. So better for me just to feed them off camera and just have you take a look at them. This is a mature male P. Metallica. Not much life, or not much longer before he actually passes away. I don't think he'll go sometime this year. Really gonna miss this guy, but I will be getting at least one more P. Metallica this year. I'd like to get two more. I'm just waiting for this guy to pass away first, because he's special to me. He's my first Pokey, my first P. Metallica. The P. Metallica is my favorite tarantula in the hobby, and this one's really cool. I'm really gonna miss this guy, but he's been hanging in there. still eating. He's still very active. And I didn't want to send him off. He means too much to me, so thought I'd keep my first P Metallica mature male. Next time I get a mature male, I'll be sure to send him off, unless I get attached to him too. But this one I just couldn't part with him. P fasciata. Raven is a Phomitopus cancerites Haitian brown bird eater. Very nasty temper. Whoa! And what did I tell you? Look at that. Not full grown yet. Very, very nasty temper. Very good eater. But she's very, very mean. I'm sure she'll get that worm later when she calms down. But that's usually how she greets me when I get in this enclosure. Andromeda is a non-duchromatus, the Brazilian white striped bird eater. And this has been the first time in a while that she's been out in the open. Colors are actually really dull. You see the carapace is normally kind of a silverish white tone to it. Right now it's really dull. It almost looks like a really dull green, olive green. Just pretty much all around really dull. Due for a molt. This one's already 4 inches long. It's a big girl, and very, very good eater. And she loves a lot of space. She's got a really nice big enclosure, and she loves it in here. This is her playground, and she typically likes it have the substrate wet, over by her hide dry, and she hangs out in her hide most of the time. And when she's out, she's telling me she's hungry. So pretty much the only time I really see her out is when she's hungry. Otherwise, she's hanging out in that enclosure, or sometimes I'll catch her in the morning. She's out just walking around doing her thing, but she's an awesome tarantula, and it's good to see her out. And this is about as dull as I've ever seen her coloration, so she looks like she's really, really ready to molt here very soon in upcoming weeks or months here, so that's cool. I can't wait to see this one after she molts again. Phantom is a Poecilotheria striata, the Mysore ornamental. And I'm going to go ahead and dump this one in here. I don't know if we're going to see the attack, because this one can be spooked very easily, and she's in a position where she could run right out of here. So I'm just going to throw it in, and maybe I'll be able to capture it. Alright, already has one. Let's see if I'll take another one. This one has always been a really good eater. Might just be satisfied with that one for right now. Like I said, suspect male, beautiful guy, if it is a guy. And another one of my favorite pokies in the hobby. The Mysores are beautiful, and they get pretty big. At least mine is really grown in size. And not fully grown yet, not mature. Hopefully it's a female, but I'm thinking this is a male. Take one more good look at this beautiful striata. Don't forget to check out the blooper section at the end of this video after the end credits, guys. Brownie is my Choco Golden Knee. Grandma stole a poker piece. Hopefully a female. Obviously wanted that worm. Keep my fingers crossed that this is actually a female. She's a lot bulkier than Star. Looks like she lost sight of that worm. Nice attempt, Mario Worm. This is one of the species that definitely got me interested in keeping tarantulas, and it's still one of my favorite tarantula species. Still in my top 5. I love this species. Definitely wouldn't mind having another one of these guys. I just absolutely love the Chacos. Slow growing, but they're awesome species. Hope you guys enjoyed T-Cloud number 20. If you like the Tarantula Cloud series, you can always go to my channel page. If you're new to DKE TV, you can subscribe to Day or Night Exotics TV by visiting the channel page, and you can check out the playlist of all the other previous 19 Tarantula Clouds. If you haven't seen all those, you can also check out the other Tarantula series as well. Thank you guys for watching this one. I appreciate every one of you guys subscribing and checking out these Tarantula Clouds. It took me a while to get to number 20. I took a little bit of a break there, but there'll be plenty more Tarantula Clouds to come. So again, thank you guys, all you guys who subscribe, all you guys who've watched this video, and like I said, be more to come. So you guys be safe out there. Take care. Have a good one, guys. Throw it into this video. So I finally wanted to show. And I normally don't show things like this on camera because I've never caught it on camera. So, show it on camera because I haven't caught it on camera. What the heck? Is this thing on? Don't forget to check out the blooper reel at the end of this video, guys. So. I'm interrupting this feeding portion of the video to remind you that there's an awesome... I'm the only guy who messes up bloopers in the blooper section. How do you mess up the blooper section intro? You're blooping the blooper. It's just like, what the fuck?